What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James. You know I'm here. You see the star right here. You seeing the star in the back. You know we've been having a slew of interviews with all the great high school kids out here, but we in the state of Texas on this one. I already brought my cousin on here a few times from Denton Guyer. He's been turning up on that defensive side, but I said, you know what? I got to get an offensive side from Denton Guyer, and I got a dog right here, Mr. Josiah Martin. He a beast. Yeah, I got one kid I comparing to Deshaun Jackson, but he might have that comparison too, because this boy got some wheels. So, without further ado, Josiah Martin, tell a little bit about yourself, what you got going on before we jump into this interview.
Got you. What's going on, y'all? I'm Josiah. I'm not originally from Texas. I'm actually from Seattle, Washington. I moved here about a year ago. No really specific reason. I mean, it's Texas. We got it all here. We got the business. We got football, God, everything. So that's a little bit. That's my background. I've been here for a year. Trying to establish myself and everything like that. So yeah, that's that's a little bit about me with background.
Hey, first of all, that's really nice right there because I had another kid. His name is Isaiah. He came from the state of Washington too, and he came into Texas doing his thing on the
Isaiah Jennings.
Yep, Isaiah Jennings, you already know. So he came from Washington too. So that's kind of crazy how both you guys came from Washington, you came to Texas turning up, and both you go to good programs. So that's kind of a nice little story in itself. But let's jump
So
right into it. So this is your first year. Obviously, you said you've been your first year, you coming into Texas, you come over to Denton Guyer. They are an established high school. They're out there doing their thing. Obviously, you come right in and you're producing and producing. So what's kind of the mindset because the team went to the state championship last year, fell a little bit short. Right now, you guys are kind of running through opponents. What's kind of the mindset right now as you guys are getting ready to head into the meat of the season?
our mindset starting off this season in the district to dominate. It don't matter who we're up against, how good they are, what they've done in the past, who they got. We like Coach Hahn says, we get off the bus, we run right through them from the start to finish. Just like simple as that. Dominate.
Well, I tell you right now, y'all definitely been dominate the competition, man. I mean, you guys have really been showing your thing. You guys got a slew of Division One players. So, tell me about that because you coming from the state of Washington, now you going over to Denton Guyer. I don't know what the high school was like in Washington, but now you're with Denton Guyer. You got a slew of Division One athletes. How did that feel like when you came into the school? And then now you're competing with some of the top guys, and you got a lot of guys that are going, a lot of schools are looking at. Tell me how that kind of feels, and what's the thought process when you're playing with a lot of top-notch guys?
It's it feel it's for me. I'm a competitor. I compete wherever I go. It don't matter who line up in front of me. But being around Peyton, Eli, Ryan Yates, Jackson, Landon Size, suddenly just everybody on that starting 22, even the backup, man. It's just they just make me better. I feel like we make each other better. Us surrounding us being a team and being able to butt heads at practice, to be able to talk a little bit of mess, get chippy. It really puts us in and helps us for game situations because I mean going up against, for me as an offensive guy at Denver Guy, going up against a defense like ours. To be honest, we're not probably going to see a defense like that. Not like the defense we have now. So it's really just about us pushing each other. And for me, man, I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed to be able to see these dudes at practice every day and compete, and for them to make me better, for me to make them better.
I totally feel you with that. When you see a lot of these colleges that are top colleges out there, when you see a lot of the young athletes want to go to some of the top schools, I feel like one of the reasons why they go to the schools, especially if they're in a high school, they want to still continue to get that competition level. I think they say iron sharpens iron. So it
Mhm.
brings out the best of you. How can you not feel good if you're a high school athlete and you're going against some of the best in the state and the nation? That's only going to bring you up in your level of competition in your game. So why wouldn't you love that? And it only gets prepared you for college because when you get to that level, the Alabamas, the Ohio States, the LSUs, those schools that have the top dogs. So this really prepares you. So I really love your kind of answer with that. So I want to talk a little bit about your game right now. I mean, you play a little bit. You play on the outside. I seen you play in the slot. Let's talk about your game right now. You know, when I seen the scouting report on you, said you have a lot of quickness, suddenness to your game. I see when you get on one-on-one situations, it seems like you really relish that. I see teams like to drop back in zone when they see you because they kind of fear your speed. But when they get you in the one-on-one matchups, your quarterback really kind of, I believe his name Jackson Arnold, he really attacks that and really likes to go after you in those one-on-one situations. So talk about your game a little bit. You know, where do you kind of grow into that game? Where do you kind of get the speed? Do you do any track? Kind of a little talk about your game right now.
I would, to be honest, to be quite frank with I was never ever like a speed type of guy. Me being from Washington, going to Texas and getting here, it makes your game level up, especially the speed, because you know everybody out here is fast. Everybody, man, they got speed left and right wherever high school you go. So a lot of that was training and working hard and trying to be the fastest, the best. You know what I'm saying, like that. But a lot of that also was being around the Texas boys. Like I quickly realized I can't be who I was and be successful out here. It just won't work. So I had to adapt to that speed naturally and working at it. It was not easy by any means.
I love hearing that, man, because you know what? That's somebody who wants to get better. Because as soon as, like you said, you come out here and you like, because Texas football is real. You know, that's where I'm from. And, you know, I'm out here in Ohio currently, and football here is real. There's certain Florida, California, certain states that you go to, you got to bring your A game. You know what I'm saying? You have to come and bring your A game. Because if you don't, you're going to be sitting. This guy's going to be up there and taking that spot, and then he's going to be playing because that's what the coaches expect. Hey, you playing against some of the best. We expect you bring this. If you don't, man, you're going to sit right here until you learn it, and that guy's going to be playing. Exactly. That's what the kind of mentality is. Do I get that from your school and the team and the coaches?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They require the best from us. They require the best from us. I mean, yeah, it's plain. They require the best, the absolute best. They demand it at practice every day. You will hear Coach Hahn, Coach Keys, Coach Johnson. I mean, everybody just is harping about playing at a high level and being at a high level and staying at a high level. I mean, that's the only way we can be successful. The only way we can be successful, playing at our highest level all the time.
Definitely. So, are you guys currently 5-0 right now?
Yes, sir.
5-0 right now. Who's your next opponent coming up?
We have the boy.
Okay. So, how many games do you have left currently on the schedule?
Shoot. Deal with district, man. How many more games to state?
I would say I feel you, right? I feel you. That's the ultimate goal. And now you're a junior currently, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know, you getting this season in, you know, and you've already started receiving the offers. Okay, so I want to ask you this: when you were in the state of Washington, were you getting the offers prior in Washington before you got to Geyer?
No, sir. I didn't. I really was like under the radar, majorly. And coming out here, I was even more under the radar. I was under the water, man, for real.
Okay, but let's talk about that. So you was under the water, right? You was under the water, but you ain't under the water now. Because from what I've been seeing, it been Colorado, it been Oregon, it been them guys going after you. Okay, so you was at the Texas game. You feel me? So you got some guys over there looking at you, and you seeing the scouting reports about you. So you've been turning up because people really been talking about you now. So let's talk about that. How you were under the radar. You know, you probably were feeling, look, I can bang with any of these guys. That's what you're feeling in your heart. Now you get to Denton Geyer. Now you're starting to get some tick. Now these big boys are looking at you like, hey, woo. How does that kind of feel from your perspective? And, you know, does it make you go even harder? Kind of what's your mindset when you've been getting those offers?
My mindset while getting these offers have been, man, this is just a chance to play at the next level. You know, I think of it as, all right, they believe in my mind, they believe in my skill set, they believe in who I am. They believe in what I can do. So let me turn this game up even more. So it pushes me more to be better. And really especially during the season, keep my mind focused straight on the season and bettering myself as a player. Because if I do that, everything gonna take care of itself. But no, I mean, as far as my mindset getting these offers, it's been really just to get better and keep improving. So I mean, I have more opportunities. You know what I mean? And yeah, just always improving, always improving.
I love hearing that. Well, first of all, just like when I talked to Ryan, I really love the program over there, because when I talked to Ryan, he really broke down the game, from the safety perspective. When he played corner, then he went to safety, he was talking about coverages, things like that. Just listening to you, I just really respect the program, because it seems like they're really teaching the game, not just playing the game, but they're teaching the game to help you get to that next level. And I think that's why they win championships. That's why they have a standard there, because of what they bring to the table as coaches and what's the expectation they have for the players. And you guys kind of fall right in line to it. So it's a really good thing, man. I definitely need to see you guys get that championship, especially as being a finalist last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like championship or bust this year. That's where I'm coming from. So let's talk about a few other things before we get you off of here. When you're watching the defense, okay, I know you definitely do a film study. So when you guys are kind of doing film study, what do you kind of look at for a defense? What do you kind of look at? So some things that you'd like to kind of attack to a defense. What do you kind of feel like your strengths when you are attacking a defense?
My strengths as far as attacking the defense is knowing where they're going to be and knowing what they're running and knowing what their assignment is. If one of my trainers tell me know their assignment, know your assignment, and know their assignment. Because if you know their assignment, then you know your assignment. You see what they're doing, you see how they're moving, you know where they're going to be, you know how fast the dude is, you know how far he's dropping, you know how far he's coming up, you know what he's doing, press bail, any of that. So I mean, I feel like my strength is really reading where they're going to be at and reading that defense, and even seeing through like the little bluffs they be doing with the press bail. I mean, there's like little tendencies DBs usually have with either their feet or their hands, or maybe even their eyes. That gives it away what they're doing. So that's probably my strength as far as reading the defenses.
Nice. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it seems to me, just from I haven't even seen your facial expressions, but it just seems to me when y'all been watching your highlights, when you get 1-on-1, when that corner comes up on you and it's 1-on-1, it's almost like your quarterback Jackson sees it. It's almost like, okay, we got this right here. And you go after that 1-on-1 coverage. So tell me from your own perspective, coverage, zone, cover 2, cover 3, man, what do you really relish from your own perspective? You.
Got you. So when they're man and the DB's in my face, first thing I look at is the safety. I check if the safety is either cheated over to me or a little bit in the middle of the field. If he's in the middle of the field, I know it's just me and him, mano a mano, on this island. And I have this mentality that's like, you're not going to stop me one-on-one. You're going to need to bring the whole team. You are not going to stop me. I promise you that. Because I exude that. I feel like the DB can feel that energy that I exude through my stance, my stare, the way I look at him. I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And even when the safety is cheated over and they're actually being pretty smart, and trying to keep me contained, I'm like, man.
I know you probably like,
yeah.
You better got that help. Yeah. You better got that.
Yeah. I look at him, I'm like, after I beat you, I'm gonna go beat him. So, and you might as well bring the other safety over, because I'm not stopping me either way.
Bring the whole team over there, because if it's 1-on-1 coverage, it's bad for you today. If it's bad for you, don't let them try to have pride. Don't let that pride get in the way. Y'all want to be 1-on-1. Pride gonna get you hurt, and I'm gonna get a lot of touchdowns on you. I feel you.
Coach can't say, hey, you want to feel coach cannot. Your coach cannot say real spill. You better check out that real fast. Yeah.
I, I love it. I love it. So let's talk about school right quick. Like I said, you've been getting some offers. We like seeing that. I know, obviously, you're only a junior. A lot of things are going to be more opening for you down the line. But do you have kind of some teams that you kind of like, man, I kind of like this school already? Do you have any thoughts of any schools, or everything's just kind of wide open for you right now?
Are you speaking of like team schools that are offering me, or just in
Yeah,
general?
schools offering you, or just teams in general, schools that you just like in general as a player.
Okay. A school that really stuck out to me, was LSU. I was at the I was at LSU with Ryan a few weeks ago. Man, I can honestly say it's nothing like it. You go in, you're greeted with smiles, handshakes. Man, people they're just welcoming. It makes you feel like a family. Let's not even talk about the crowd, man.
That crowd is crazy.
They crazy. That's a foot, man. It's like they were playing the game. Like it's like they're in the game. They yelling. You can just feel it. I feel like the players feed off of what the fans give them. You know what I mean? Like just that and shoot with them pulling off that W, man. You know how the fans were.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was insane. But not only that, the campus is beautiful. You know, they got a program. It's a program over there. It's a factory. Call that we call schools like that a factory. Weight room, indoor facility. I mean, they got it all. That's really a school that stuck out to me so far in this early recruitment.
Well, you already heard that, Ryan. You heard when we post this interview, Ryan. You already know what it is. Go ahead and get them on over there.
You already told them what it was.
It's already been DBU over there, and we already know they got receivers galore that done come out of there, turning all the way up. You feel me? And you just jump right in the program doing the daggone thing. So I really love hearing that. So let's talk about school for a minute. So you got a 3 you had I seen on your profile you had 3.5. So obviously your grades are on point.
Sure.
So what kind of things do you like to do with school? Like, let's say academic wise. So obviously we know you love the game and you probably want to, I definitely want to go college. And if pro is out there for you, I know you'll want to touch that, but everybody can't touch that. So have you thought of anything outside of that beyond football that you would probably want to do and maybe, work on, and maybe you want to major in when you go to school?
Definitely a major that's been crossing my mind lately. The engineering, the problem with that is that engineering takes up a lot of your time.
Right.
And me going to be a student athlete in college, it's a little bit. It's going to be a little bit hard to balance. For example, I was speaking with one of the LSU recruiters. He was saying we have plenty of players that balance that, and we will make sure that you get what you need to be able to balance that. So hearing that is a little bit more comforting for me. But not only that, engineering, but kinesiology as well, to study the body. You know what I mean? Figuring out why injuries happen and how to prevent injuries and everything like that. Me, because I know as a me say I was a physical therapist. Me getting a high schooler, I've been through them situations, so I can really help him, give him advice on a medical level and a sort of athletic level, if you would say. So that's another one for me.
Well, tell you what, that you doing that with the body is going to only help you for you being able to take care of your body and be able to last longer as far as high school, college, and possibly the NFL. So kudos to you being able to do that, and obviously shout outs to you for keeping those awesome grades because we know it's not easy out there. So before he head off of here, do you want to give any shout outs? Anybody inspire you when you tired, don't want to get up, don't want to work, maybe sometimes? Who out there kind of inspires you? Any mentors, anything like that before you kind of want to head off here?
First I want to shout out whole Denton Geyer staff, everybody. I appreciate them for taking me in and making me family. I want to give a shout out to them. I appreciate you. I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad for believing me, believing my abilities, and every single coach that's recruited me so far. But somebody I really admire when I'm going through a tough time, I know this might sound cliche, but it's Kobe. It's Kobe Bryant. He's a different breed. People call themselves a different breed all the time. They claim this. They claim that he's a true different breed. He has a mentality that I won't let you outwork me. I won't let you be better than me, and you can't help but admire that. Honestly, especially as an athlete. I mean, him being the person that he was, and him having the work ethic, the mentality, the drive that he did it's like, man, he did it. He's giving me hope. I can do it. I can be this great. If I work this hard, I can go shoot to the stars and above. You know what I mean? So that's somebody I look at when I'm either feeling sorry for myself, tired, beat up. You know what I mean? Just pushing me to keep going.
Well, I'll tell you right now, shout outs to your mother and father because they've raised a great one right here and they're doing a great job. So shout out to mom and dad. Shout out to the Denton Geyer staff for doing everything they do for the kids. And once again, hey, I'm heartbroken. I just made a tweet on my Twitter about Kobe Bryant having the mama mentality when they were getting ready to play against Spain in the Olympics. He said it was funny because Paul Gasol said, that was my teammate. We love each other. We was boys, and he came down to the Olympics, came over to the crib. We kicking it, having lunch and whatever. He said he was thinking it was all good. He said the next day, Kobe said he went to the whole squad and said, hey, first play, I'm going right through the Gasol. I'm going through his chest. I'm going to just go through him. And they're like, what? He's like, yeah, I don't care if he's my friend. I don't care if he's my boy in the team. We ain't friends today. I'm getting this goal. So the first play, send this play over here. I'm going right through his chest. And that's just the mentality. And if you really see how Kobe was, I think that's one of the reasons why so many people respected him and really loved his game, because he motivated you. He was passionate. You was never going to outwork Kobe. Never.
Ever.
That's what you weren't going to do. And what's even better about that, Josiah, is he had the talent. There's so many athletes out there that have the talent that don't work like that. And I think that's why he is so appreciated, because he was never going to let you outwork him ever. And I don't care if you were the best player or the worst player, you were never going to outwork him. So kudos to you for having that mentality and continue to take that mentality as you go.
Sure.
So I'm not going to go ahead.
I had one more person. He passes well. Nipsey Hussle. His phrase, the marathon continues, means a lot, and it has value and it has depth to it. For me, that means, man, it's not a sprint. Life's not a sprint. You're not gonna win everything. You're not gonna you might not do the best. You might not be the best. It's a marathon. That's why you have life's a marathon, not a sprint. You have time to grow. You have time to build. You have time to get better. You have time to be who you want to be, and build that and work on that. So that's another person. Major.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can't wait to see what you're going to be doing in the future, man. You know, I have done a lot of interviews, bro. I'm going to keep it honest. I've done a lot of interviews. You're ones that really excite me in this interview because I see great things. Just listen to your mentality. Just listen to how you talk. I'm just really excited to see what you're going to do here and beyond. You're only a junior. You still have one full season left. Great things are coming for you, and I can't wait to see them. You have a great mentality. Once again, shout out to your mother and father. They have done an excellent job in raising you, an excellent job. And Denton Geyer got a good one. That's all I'm going to just say right here. And whatever college program you go on to, I'm going to make sure whenever you get that tape, and this is what I'm going to tell you before we get off of here, continue to show your tape. If you can show your live videos on your actual page where we can just see them right there. I do high school highlights each week. I definitely want to really profile you and let the world continue to know what you're about. Because one thing is great is on the field, we see it. But when you talk to the student athlete and you talk to you young men off the field and see the mentality that you guys really have, this really gets excited. And I know a lot of other people, when they see this video, they'll be like, man, this kid's going to be great. We want him to come to my school. So I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of my fans are going to be like, where you want to go? Tell them to go here because it's my college. Tell them to go here. So, all right, I'm already going to be having them be like, Tell him to go here, big game. Tell him to go here. He need to go here. Tell him this. I like this school. Tell him to go here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I really love about it. I think I lost him right quick. I think he did something on accident, but that's all right. He'll probably come back in and we'll end it on this. I'll wait for him to come back in. But awesome interview from Mr. Josiah Martin, Denton Geyer, Texas. We really love what he brings to the table. My cousin, Brian Yates, he's a senior out there. He's headed to LSU. We might see Josiah following that LSU kind of pipeline going on from Denton Geyer. And I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen and what they're going to do in the future. So I'm going to give him one more minute to see if he comes back. But if he doesn't, it's okay. We already had a great time. Make sure you check out Denton Geyer in Texas. One of the top teams in the nation. They're currently undefeated. They're trying to get this state championship. They were state runner-ups last year. They have 2 state titles already. They've been finalists in like 5 years. So they're trying to get the title. So let's see them make that happen. Let's see them do their daggone thing. And myself, Big Game James, my dog Josiah Martin, go check them out. Generation X, up and comers. We out. Peace.